So now we shall go ahead and take an example on activity-based costing. Now let's go ahead and go through this example that appeared in May 2006 examination. For how many marks?
8 marks.
For 8 marks. Yes, ma'am.
ABC Bank is examining the profitability of its Premier account and combined savings and check account. Now, depositors receive a 7% annual interest on their average deposit. Now, ABC Bank earns an interest rate spread of 3%, which is the difference between rate at which it lends money and the rate it pays to depositors.
We saw that the bank pays 7% interest on deposits on the customer's deposit, and the bank will lend money at say 10%. That is why they given a spread of how much? 3%.
3%.
And that is income earned by the banker. They will collect 10% on loans, they will pay 7% on deposits, and 3% is supposed to be the income earned by the banker, right?
Yes, sir.
As a banker, you earn 3%, or we can say 300 basis points. Yes, ma'am.
The Premier account allows depositors unlimited use of service such as deposits, withdrawals, check facilities, and foreign currency drafts.
You saw that unlimited use of all these services. Then
Depositors with a Premier account balance of rupees 50,000 or more receive unlimited free use of services. Now, depositors with minimum balance of less than 50,000 rupees pay 1,000 rupees a month service fee for their Premier account.
Okay, next.
Now, ABC Bank recently conducted an activity-based costing study of its services. The use of these services in 2005-06 by 3 customers is as follows.
Now they given the use of the services offered by your bank by the 3 customers is given in this table, right?
Yes, sir.
Now they given the services that you render, and what is the cost incurred by your banker in rendering that service to the customers. Now they given the data regarding 3 customers having this premium account. Yes.
Yes, sir. So, particulars, activity-based cost per transaction, then account usage of customer X, Y, and Z.
So, basically given the cost driver rates. Now, what you learn ABC, they given the cost driver rates or the cost incurred by the bank in providing these services for one transaction. That's given.
Yeah.
Also, it's given the number of transactions, number of the service rendered by the bank to these customers.
Yes.
So, what is the first activity?
So, first is deposit or withdrawal with teller.
All these are olden day, right? So the teller, they'll call the number, right? So with the teller, and what is the cost?
Rupees? It is 125 rupees.
125 per transaction. And X goes to the bank how many times?
40 times.
40 times. He's going to use the service in that year 2005, 2006. And customer Y?
It is 50 times.
50 times. And then Z?
5 times.
5 times. Next.
Next, deposits or withdrawal with automatic teller machine.
With ATM.
Yeah. It's rupees 40 per transaction.
You saw very less cost, 40 rupees per transaction.
Then X it is 10 transaction, Y 20 and Z 16 transactions.
Next.
Deposits or withdrawal on pre-arranged monthly basis.
Okay.
Rupees 25 per transaction. And customer X 0, customer Y 12 and customer Z 60.
Okay, next.
Bank checks return.
Bank checks return, okay.
Rupees 400 per transaction, X 9, Y 3 and Z 2.
Next.
Foreign currency drafts rupees 600 per transaction. It is 416.
Okay, next.
And inquiries about account balances rupees 75 per transaction.
Per transaction.
10, 18 and 9.
Okay.
Average Premier account balance for 2005-06. X maintains 55,000, Y 40,000 and Z 12,50,000.
So it is given the balance maintained by these depositors in their account on average. X maintains a 55,000 rupees balance in his account, deposit account, and Y maintains only 40,000 rupees, less than 50,000, the minimum stipulated by the bank. And Z maintains a huge amount, rupees 12 lakh and 50,000. Next.
Assume customer X and Z always maintain a balance above 50,000, whereas Y always have a balance below 50,000.
Very clear. X maintains 55,000 through the year. Z maintains a 12 lakh 50,000, both the customers above 50,000. And Y maintains only 40,000 on average, always below 50,000. That means this person has to pay rupees 1,000 to your bank, right? That's an income for the banker. And then
Require number 1, compute the 2005-6 profitability of customer XYZ Premier account.
So
at ABC Bank.
basically prepare a customer profitability analysis statement. Now, how profitable the customers are. Now, in case you find a particular customer unprofitable, you can either, you have to advise a customer, please do not come in person, inquire. Okay, please go through ATM transaction, don't come and trouble our teller, right? You can advise him, or increase the minimum balance, right?
Yes, sir.
So in case a customer is profitable, try to find those kind of profitable customers. Next.
The second question, what evidence is there of cross subsidization among 3 Premier accounts?
I will explain the meaning of cross subsidization when I come to the second part. Next.
Why might ABC worry about this cross subsidization if the Premier account product offering is profitable as a whole?
Okay.
And number 3, what changes would you recommend for ABC Bank's Premier account?
Okay. So now we will go ahead and take on this example. First, refer to the
Short.
the income statement, the profit statement. So they made columns as first column.
Activity.
It is activity, or you can say the particulars column. Second column is a cost driver rate as given in the question. And then we're going to find the cost incurred on customers X, Y, and Z. The 3 customers. Now the first line is
deposit or withdrawal with teller.
Where the teller, where you go to the bank in person, right? As a customer, they come to your bank. Customers come to your bank and trouble you.
So 125 rupees per
transaction. I will, under X, it's going to be 40 transactions.
Into 120.
Into rupees 125. So 5,000 rupees. And then for Y.
Again 40 transactions.
It is, how many transactions? 50.
50 transactions.
That into 125, how much?
It is 6,250.
And so on for Z. Number of transactions into rupees 125. Next.
Yes, so the next is deposits withdrawal at ATM.
At
40
ATM.
rupees per transaction.
And that into number of transactions, right?
Yes, sir.
Now how much for X?
It is 10 transactions into 44.
Which is 400.
20 into 40, 800.
800.
16 into 40, 640.
Next.
Deposit withdrawal on pre-arranged monthly basis.
How much?
25 rupees per transaction.
Into number of transactions you do. How much you get for X, Y, Z?
0, 300 and 1,500.
Next.
Bank checks written 400 rupees.
Per transaction into how many?
9. 3,600, 1,200 and 800.
And then next.
Foreign currency drafts.
We got rupees 600 per
transaction.
Per
and it
draft.
is 2,400, 600 and 3,600.
Next.
The inquiries about account balance 75 rupees per transaction.
Per transaction into
750, 1,350 and 675.
Next.
The next is customer cost total.
Basically, add up all these expenses with the total cost incurred by your bank in rendering service to these 3 customers. Now, how much you get for X?
12,150.
And Y?
10,500.
And then for Z?
7,840.
That's a total cost. Now, in case you want to find the profit made on these customers, now there are 2 benefits to your bank. From Y you're going to charge, since Y is going to maintain less than 50,000 balance in his account, you charge rupees 1000 every month, right? And then also your bank earns a 3% spread. That is the difference between the rate at which your bank is going to lend this money and the interest you're going to pay to the depositors, right?
Yes, sir.
Now, XYZ are depositors. For them, to them, you have to pay 7% interest. But these amounts are lent to the home loan, right? Borrowers, from whom you want to collect 10%. 3% is your benefit for the bank. Now, just see the next two lines. Next
So
line.
spread on average balance maintained 3%.
Very simple. Apply 3% on 55,000, 1,000.
650.
3% on 40,000.
1,200.
And 3% on 12 lakh and 50,000.
37,500.
And then next line.
Next is the service fee.
What you
only
take
for
from
what?
the customer only for Y rupees 1,000 per month into 12. So 12,000 rupees. Then total.
So customer benefit total for X 1,650, 13,200 for Y and 37,500 for Z.
Basically, that is your income. So what is this customer benefit minus a customer cost? How much you get for X?
It is 10,500 negative.
It's a loss of 10,000.
500.
That shows X is a troublesome customer, right? You are incurring a loss in rendering service to that customer. And Y?
2,700 profit.
Profit. And then what about Z?
29,660.
You know, Z is a most profitable customer. Is that fine? Next.
Question number 2, sir.
Answer to subdivision 2.
Customer Z.
Now listen to me. Let me explain this. The word or the phrase cross subsidization means, in fact, Z is making overall the profit. Yes or no?
Yes.
On Z, you're making a profit of how much? 29,000.
660.
Okay. On Y, what is the profit?
2,700.
And X, it's a loss. If you add up all the three, net, it's what? It's a profit. So you might think that, so these accounts are profitable as a portfolio, right? When you combine X, Y, Z, it's a profitable product. But remember, actually Z is actually compensating for the loss you suffered on X. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Because Z is making a profit of 29,660 and this person and Y are compensating for X, the 10,500 loss. Is that fine?
Yes, sir.
See, overall, these accounts are profitable, overall basis. When you add up all the three accounts put together, it's profitable. You can say it's a premium or premier accounts, ma?
It's called premier account.
Premier account. These are premier accounts are what? Definitely profitable as a whole. But if you take, in fact, Z is highly profitable, the customer Z is actually what? Is going to subsidize X. Got it? Basically, the 10,000, how much? 500 is what? Is a cost incurred on X in excess of the benefit. Yes or no? And that cost is now borne by whom? By Z. He is going to compensate this loss. Got it?
Yes.
That is called cross subsidization, where one customer compensates for the other customer. Yes, ma. Now read.
Yes, sir. Customer Z is most profitable and is cross subsidizing the most demanding customer X.
Most demanding because lot of costs is incurred on X. The cost of X is more than what? The benefit. The benefit is only 1,650. But what is the cost incurred? It is around 12,150 rupees cost. Just imagine, so much cost incurred. The benefit is only 1,650. Next.
So customer Y is paying for the service used because of not being able to maintain the minimum balance.
That guy is paying. Okay, next.
No doubt premier account product offering is the profitable as a whole, but worry is of not finding customer like customer Z.
You know, your worry is you're not finding more customer.
Like customer Z.
Exactly.
Who
Who is the
will
most profitable?
maintain a balance higher than the stipulated minimum.
You know, way more. Just not 50, just 50,000 plus. Just look at Y. Look at X. He is maintaining only 55,000. just 5,000 more than minimum, right? Look at Z is maintaining 12 lakh, 50,000. You should find such high net worths individuals, right? Who will maintain a huge amount of balance.
It appears the minimum balance stipulated is inadequate considering the service availed by depositors in premium account.
Okay.
Then number 3, the changes suggested to ABC Bank's premier account are as follows. Number 1, increase the requirement of minimum balance from 50,000 to 1 lakh.
You can increase from 50,000 rupees to 1 lakh, possibly 1 lakh 50 or 2 lakh, right?
Yeah. Then charge for value-added services like foreign currency drafts.
So basically, for any handling foreign currency draft, charge the customer for it. Next.
Then next, do not allow deposit or withdrawal below 10,000 at the teller. Only ATM machine withdrawal be allowed.
You saw that this doesn't happen anyway. In today's world, people do not go to the bank, right? It's all in your, what is that, mobile phone, right? So over here they say that right now, since in this sum we have teller, so just tell the customers below 10,000 rupees, please don't come trouble us in the bank. You do it through ATM. Next.
Then inquiries about account balance to be entertained only through phone banking or ATM.
Again, this is nowadays you don't have to inform, right? It's happening that way. Next.
That's it.
That's it. Now, guys, learn the sum really well for your examination Jan 25. Okay.
Yes.
It's a sum on activity-based costing. In that, more specific is a customer profitability analysis. Good luck.
Yes, sir. Thank you.